How's it going tonight, guys? I got the stuff around here so I can put together a press for making circuits, and I wanted to get some antimony together so I could make the tin alloy, the soldering alloy. But it's going to take a little while to process, and doing that sneak peek earlier today, I have been very, very busy, and so I'm not going to have time to wait for all that stuff to process. So I figured I would show you guys kind of the process I'm going through to get it, and some of the stuff that I've been working on today and the last few days. And tomorrow we will get everything set up. Basically, I'm right now working on roasting some of the things that's been processing. But the main one that I need to roast is a stibnet. This is the main way of getting antimony. You also get it out of tetrahydrite, but you can get more of it out of here. And I just got this processed through, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it in here. Right now I've just been working on getting some more iron done up from pyrite and other stuff. We're really getting pretty good on iron. I'm almost through the magnetite here, but I'm running out of space to hold my oxygen. I'm actually in the process of making another barrel. I've already got two full down here, and this one that's feeding in right now, which is full as well. But you'll see you get tiny piles of antimony out of the stibnet. I also made this. This is just a little paper mill here. You take wood pulp, put it in here with water, automatically kicks you out paper. And with the way this goes, sit it over here. He found my sign for him. I made this for him because he was off AFK, and I wanted to make sure he knew I was recording when he got back. So I left him this red light to let him know I was recording. But anyways, we're just processing through the stibnet. We've got a whole bunch of tetrahydrite. Me and him went and cleared out most of a vein today. Shake at him a little bit. And who in the heck made an invarsol? That has got to be his. All the cobalt I got, and he makes an invarsol. What a goof. He must have brought some of his stuff over here. Yeah, there's his obsidian hammer. And he made a bending cylinder out of copper. Bad, bad boy. But anyways, I got this stuff here put together for it. But I'll show you a little bit of what we're looking at here. Place this on the wall here. And what we are looking at doing, let's see, press. No, I don't want the press, I want the circuit. I'm figuring that he's going to implement or take this recipe out. So I'm not worried about putting this in the line of machines that I'm doing, but because there's also this way of doing it, but we don't currently have a way of getting plastic. If you look in here, it comes from a crate at the moment, and cutting down a block of plastic. Nothing that we can really do. So I'm going to need to make a press for this eventually when we get it. I think I'm going to need 3 presses in total. I need one for this, which I also got to get the silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide can come from a lot of different things being electrolyzed, but the main one is going to be getting it from sand. You'll need a 64 EU electrolyzer, because remember, this actually runs off of EU, so there is no conversion rate. But I'm going to use my 128 that I have over there, so it'll do it just fine. Let's get back in here. If you have silicon that actually spawns in your world, you could get it this way, small amounts of it this way, but we don't have that. It's not a natural spawn type thing. And then if you can find opal, you can get it nice and cheap from that. And I think I actually have some opal down there, so I might go ahead and do it that way. And then there's also, I just seen it here a second ago, right here, the silicon dioxide from IC2 will work as well, which is from thermal centrifusion clay. But I would much rather use my clay for other stuff when I have plenty of ways to get it this way. But then the next process is going to be pressing it with the circuit wiring. I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff made up between videos, so we'll already have it ready for tomorrow, which actually will be this one because I'm doing basic circuits. And then to make them, you press them together. So this is going to be the actual second press that's needed in the line, but this is the main one that I'm making right now because I don't need the first one right now. And then I'm also going to need these circuit parts, but I will be using the basics, which is fine copper wire, a tiny redstone, and a tiny silicon plate. So I'll need a press to put those together. So that would be the third one that I need. And then I need this press, which would be the fourth press that you need in the line to make this. And then you finally need your bath, which is what the machine in front of me is for. And that's where we need the molten soldering alloy to bathe it in. And then we actually get our circuit board that we can use to make more of our automatic machine switches, which is the whole reason why I'm going through all this. So I need to make a few different presses, but I think I'm going to make like my own kind of like a clean room that I will use to do the circuits in, because there just isn't enough room in that. Speaking of new rooms, I have this one over here, which I've already put a squeezer in. This is going to be for my ethanol production. I may also put oil production in here as well. But this is the first step, and I haven't got the bat box wired yet. I just got everything in here at the moment. And basically I'm going to take the apples from downstairs and I'm going to run them through there. And then that will give me fruit juice to put into the fermenter, and it also give me mulch for making bog earth for the peat. So the next thing I need to do is bring my fermenter over and then make a distillery for going from the to replace the stills, because I want to use as many Gregtech machines for this process as possible. That way I can use my steam production that I'm making to run power for them. And if I do it with the stills, I take a 50% loss with the steam engines. So this is going to be the only one that runs off of a steam engine, where everything else will be run straight through the power grid. Or actually, I may run the distiller off of steam. I'm not sure yet, because with me having the machine or the room for making it right here, it'll be easy to just pop a steam pipe right through the wall here, and then I can do that straight through steam. And then I still need to get my daggone oil distillery for Buildcraft made, so I can use up this oil I have down here, and I can go out in the world and collect me some more. But that's basically what we've been going through around here, and kind of a end of the week wrap up of what's been going on. In case some of you haven't seen it yet, there's a sneak peek of a new mod pack that's coming out on Curse, called Gregtech, and that I should be checking out on their server. Once I get whitelisted, it's a whitelist server, and I will do some videos from there to show you a little more about how it works, how the pack works, and things like that. I'm hoping to actually work with them a little bit, help them Gregify it just a little bit more. They have some mods in there that are a little overpowered compared to Gregtech, and I'd like to squash that just a little bit. But check that out if you're interested in a pack that has Gregtech 5. It is using the 0.59 branch that I use in my mod pack, but it has a lot of extra mind tweaked recipes for other mods that I just haven't had the time to put in to do. And it also has like MFR, which I don't completely agree with, but I didn't make the pack, so I'm not gonna say that, they're right or wrong for having it in there. Just, it's one that I personally wouldn't agree with, only because it's really, really OP, the stuff that you can do with it. MFR is okay if you're playing in a pretty vanilla style world, but when you're playing with mods like thermal expansion and Gregtech and IC2, you can really do some powerful stuff with that mod really cheaply. So that's why I say it's, not something I would use. They also have tinkers in there. I know a lot of people like to use tinkers with Gregtech. I personally don't, because Gregtech has all of its own tools So I don't like to add a different tool mod when dealing with Gregtech. But you know, to each their own. Everybody plays their own way and builds their stuff their own way, and I can deal with just about anything. I thought I was missing a chest for a second. I was like, where did the chest go? That was the empty drum that I used over there. I'm just trying to look through some of my stuff here while I'm BSing about this packing stuff, trying to get everything cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead and run downstairs real quick, see if I've got any opal dust, because I should have a few from all the mining I've done. But hopefully next week I'll be able to get on there and get some stuff done. It really looks like a interesting pack. Really, I only have one. That's crazy. One's better than nothing, I guess. And hopefully get a video out and show you guys. My only problem is I think it's probably going to be a overseas pack, since the guy that made it and the guy that's maintaining it are from Germany, I do believe. I know the guy that's maintaining it is. And sometimes when you're messing with a mod pack over or a server overseas, it can be a little laggy for us in America, and same the other way around. We've had a few guys from Russia and other places come and play here, and the lag has just gotten to them because of, having to go across the Atlantic Ocean. But we've also had others that, it really wasn't too bad. So we'll see what it's like when I get there. But that's it for tonight. Have a good one. And I will see you next time. And we'll be setting up our circuit room. I've got to decide where I'm putting it. Take it easy.